Think the 10th pick is a punishment? The 10th pick in your fantasy league could be a blessing in disguise because you control the turn. In a 10-team snake draft, you select at 110 and immediately again at 201. That lets you build two-player combinations instead of hoping one target survives. But after the turn, 18 picks disappear before you're back on the clock. In this blueprint, I will show you exactly how to use that advantage, when to start balance, when a double receiver or double running back opening makes sense, and how to prepare your sleeper queue so the long gap never traps you. First, the rules. These examples assume 10 teams, 1 quarterback, full PPR, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, a defense, and a kicker. Your real settings always win. If you start 3 receivers, redraft becomes more important. If you use half PPR, touchdown and rushing volume gain weight. If it is super flex, quarterbacks move to the front immediately. Open sleeper, match the scoring and roster positions, and mock with those exact settings. Strategy without league context is just a list of names. Here's the geometry. Your picks are 10 and 11, then 30 and 31, 50 and 51, 70 and 71. Every decision is a pair. The advantage is control. You can secure 2 players from the same tier before another manager intervenes. The danger is the 18-pick desert that follows. So never make the first selection without already knowing your second, and never leave a turn without forecasting what positions could be wiped out before your next pair. Current 10-team PPR drafts make the turn deep enough to stay flexible. Fantasy football calculator data for more than 4,000 mocks places names like Devon Ahane, Drake London, CeeDee Lamb, Rashee Rice, Chase Brown, Justin Jefferson, Ashton Jeanty, and James Cook in or near this range. Fantasy Pros also identifies Lamb, Jefferson, Cook, and Jeanty as realistic 110 options. The lesson is not to memorize one favorite. Build a tier. Injuries, camp news, and your platform's room will change availability. If a player from the elite tier falls, take the gift. Otherwise, choose the best 2-player construction. My default is balanced, 1 elite receiver and 1 running back with a first-round workload. Think CeeDee Lamb paired with the best back remaining, or James Cook paired with the best receiver in the tier. Receiver is absolutely valid if 2 wideouts are clearly above the running backs. In that build, your 3rd and 4th round turn must attack running back value. Running back works only when 2 dependable workloads fall. Do not force it because someone told you the position is scarce. The turn is a value engine, not a formation requirement. In an ordinary PPR, do not spend 110 on a tight end unless your league uses tight end premium. At picks 30 and 31, repair your opening without reaching. A receiver start should normally add at least 1 running back. A running back start should normally add at least 1 receiver. A balanced start can simply take the strongest 2 values. The current 10-team ADP around this turn includes backs such as Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Josh Jacobs, and Kyren Williams, plus receivers such as Zay Flowers, Garrett Wilson, Teteroa McMillan, and Malik Neighbors. Those are examples, not guarantees. Compare the remaining tiers and leave 4 rounds with a roster that can survive the next run. 10-team leagues create stronger replacement value at quarterback and tight end. Josh Allen or an elite tight end can be correct at the 3-4 turn if the price clearly beats the running backs and receivers. But do not panic because 2 quarterbacks disappear. Current ADP still offers multiple quarterback tiers later, and Fantasy Pros argues that Brock Bowers and Trey McBride should not be first-round picks in normal PPR. My rule, pay for a real tier advantage, not for the comfort of filling a starting slot. When in doubt, keep building running back and receiver depth. The biggest pick 10 mistake happens after you draft. Managers stop planning. Before every turn, queue 4 to 6 players across 2 positions. Mark the final player in each tier. If only 1 trustworthy running back remains, take him first. Then use the second selection on your best receiver. If both positions are deep, pair stability with upside. 1 player should have a bankable role. The other can carry league-winning ceiling. Sleeper shows the full board so you can identify position runs, but your queue should predict the run instead of chasing it. There's one balanced example, and it is intentionally hypothetical. At 110, CeeDee Lamb anchors receiver. At 201, James Cook supplies the running back workload. At 310, Zay Flowers adds a second receiver. At 401, Kyren Williams gives the build a second back. At the 5-6 turn, choose the strongest running back or receiver tier. Only take quarterback or tight end if the value has fallen to you. The exact names will change. The structure is the point. 2 anchors. positional balance by 4 rounds, then flexible depth without chasing. That is why the 10th pick can be a blessing in disguise. You are not stuck with leftovers. You control paired decisions at every turn. Draft tiers instead of one name. Prefer a balanced receiver running back opening, but let value justify receiver or running back. Repair the build at picks 30 and 31. Queue before the 18 pick gap. And never force quarterback, tight end, defense, or kicker simply because another manager started or won. Mock this plan twice in Sleeper using your real settings, refresh ADP on draft day, and subscribe to Fantasy Football Blueprint for strategies you can actually use while the clock is moving.